Hey, John here. In this video, I'm going to step you through how to use AI. You could do this yourself. That's part of the reason why I do it in AI, is to basically upload whatever room you have, and let's explore the concept of happy rooms. And the reason I bring that up is it's one of the most popular concepts I've ever published, which is really interesting. So people want designs that make them and their home happy. So that's what we're doing today. So this is our pretend before kitchen. This is not my kitchen. I had AI create this. It's a run-of-the-mill, boring, dated 1990s kitchen with no island. All right. So if you're going to kick it off, you're probably going to upload your own image. And then what I usually do here, and you can play around with these, you can do one at a time, but I wanted to do this faster, is I like 15 different happy designs. So, 15 very different styles. I wanted some variety. As you'll see, that didn't really work out. I do specify 1-to-1, which is a square. You could just say square too if you want. So really the concept is here. Let's take this and let's see what happy interior designs for that kitchen look like. So it did generate all these prompts. So these are the written prompts that then we would just paste into here again using ChatGPT. I have the plus version, the paid version, and then it'll generate the images. So you can see 15, it's long. AI generated all these. You could, by all means, like, if you get yours, you go through and you can read it and edit it if you want. I usually just see what happens. So here's our first one. They call it a sun-drenched English country kitchen. And that's the result. I really like this. Actually, that's happy. But here's what I wanted to do. I'm like, okay, well, we're asking AI to come up with happy designs. What is exactly AI looking at in order to come up with it? So I just said, hey, give me 5 bullet points explaining why this kitchen's supposed to inspire happiness. Obvious, warm, sunny colors, natural materials. Well, this is kind of a lame thing, but whatever. It added the island, and we'll take it. Little sign: flowers, lemons, greenery, ceramics, copper pieces. So this is interesting. Here's some, really simple, inexpensive ways to take, add some happiness to a room. Pretty obvious stuff generally. I just think it's super interesting to ask and see what AI is actually going to do with weird sort of design instructions like this. Light and openness. All right, so let's go to the next one. Here's the next one. Isn't that a whole lot different? I forgot to put what this one was called. It's the warm California coastal kitchen. And this too is very nice. It's amazing though, when you look at the before, as you can see, I mean, AI can really stick with it. You just have to keep in mind that dimensions are not gonna be perfect. This is not something where you could have AI give you like precise dimensions and measurements. It's really for inspiration and design ideas. It's not for full execution. You're gonna need stuff drawn up by somebody who's actually qualified to do it. Now they may use AI in parts of it, but they're not using AI like in an open-ended way like I am here. All right, 5 bullets. Light, palette inherently calming. Okay, warm, white, blonde wood, soft stone. Okay, fair enough. Natural textures. Yeah, I could see how that would qualify. Island. Oh yeah, I'm sure we're going to get the island point over and over. Small bursts of nature add life. Okay, fair enough. You can see these here. All right. I know we're beating a dead horse, so we won't spend so much time on it here. The modern Mediterranean kitchen. Okay, here we go. I like this one too. I like the first 2 more, but this, I mean, I don't think we have to really think hard about why AI, based on the other designs, is basically the same reasoning. Mediterranean touches, yeah, okay. Not giving us a whole, well, this is interesting, the huge, rounded edges and generous seating. Okay, rounded edges, that's an interesting approach, or thought, if AI can have a thought, in terms of, does this contribute to the happiness factor? I don't know. That's obviously subjective opinion. The happy French provincial kitchen. I really like this design. It's probably my favorite of all of them. I love this green. I like that the green is here compared to the other ones. We have a little bit more contrast. It's a little bit ornate. You can see we've got, like kind of frilly window treatment there. We've got some kind of columns here. I'm not typically big into that, but when it comes to French country, I'm kind of a sucker for this sort of stuff, so that one works for me. Moving on. Okay, sage green. Okay, well, that's interesting. So that's now a happiness color. I'm not going to argue with that. Warm materials, sure. Flowers, yeah, well, that can be done in any kitchen. Doesn't have to be a reno. Here we go with the island again, and old world details. without stuffiness. This is probably the most salient point, I would say. This is something different here. Create romance without stuffiness. Now, I can't decide if that's AI word salad, which is meaningless, or if there's actually something behind it. I think that's really up to who's ever reading this, whether they get meaning out of it or not. I don't. Okay. Remember, I'm not endorsing that these are happy kitchens. I'm not the one who thinks that this is exactly what a happy kitchen is. All I'm doing is basically reporting what AI created. As you can see, I created everything in here in ChatGPT. You can do the same. You can redesign your entire house, room by room, fireplace mantle, individual shelves, whatever you want. Well, you know, my wife and I, we did, she did the lion's share of it, and she did a ton in ChatGPT for ideas. It's really cool. Cheerful Scandinavian, here we go. Yeah, we're getting really similar, and you'll see I'm going to correct this in the next one, but essentially what's AI has done is, I don't know, there's not a whole lot of difference between the other ones. Yeah, is this, I don't even know if this really falls into the Scandinavian. It's a little bit ornate for my liking to fall under Scandinavian, but hey, again, I'm just reporting what AI did. Suggests here. Okay, so here's, I didn't even do bullet points. We know what it's going to say. These are all very similar. Let's redo the remaining prompts 6 through 15 for different designs. So we get a little bit more variety because we're essentially just seeing the same thing over and over and over. So it spit those out. I'm not going to go through, although you know, a lot of text there. Okay, so we went up to number 6, the joyful blue modern. Nah, I'm not huge. I do like blue in kitchens, not this blue. I like dark blues. And I think dark blue, navy blue, and white is just, and any sort of wood hues are just a brilliant combination. This one's not doing it for me, but again, that was AI's interpretation. Blue cabinetry mood boost. I don't know, blue's not typically associated with mood boost, but hey, whatever. Yellow accents, I would agree with that big time. Warm wood, I would agree. Island, okay, well, we're beating that dead horse. Personality with visual chaos. I tend to disagree with the visual chaos. I'm not liking the blue and the wood. I'm thinking the wood would probably look better in a lighter color. Just my thought. Anyways, and by the way, if you're doing this with yours, you know, you want to go on a tangent, like you'd probably be designing one at a time, and you'd probably be like, hey, I don't like the blue, or I don't like this. So what you could literally type here would be like, hey, redo this one, just make the wood lighter and take a look at that. And then you can really drill down. But, you know, basically the purpose of this video is we're exploring the concept of happy kitchens and how you can use AI to explore it with your own house. All right, sunshine yellow. Wow, yeah, okay. This, I would never do this, although I do like yellow. I do like yellow in interior design. I do like the green. I don't like the floor. I like a lot about what's going on, except I don't like those window treatments much. I don't like the floral patterns. So yeah, I like some of this. I don't like some of it. Clearly, this is sort of a cheerful look. There's no surprise there. Yellow, yes. Green island, cheerful contrast. I'm not sure about that. Patterns, maybe. Floral patterns, yeah, I guess. I just don't like them. Number 8, the bold green biophilic. Now, here's the thing with biophilic. And if you're going to play around with your own AI and designs and all that, and by the way, I should clarify too, this is ChatGPT. This is like a foundational AI. It's owned by OpenAI. I'm sure you've heard of it. Play around with it. It's free. You can make a few of these on the free plan, but it's going to prompt you to upgrade pretty quickly if you do a bunch. Anyways, the reason I'm teaching in ChatGPT is, like, as you can see, it's amazing. And there's a lot of far more expensive AI type of platforms out there. They're essentially just piggybacking off of OpenAI and other foundational AI like Google's AI and so forth. So you're just paying more to really not even have the same amount of flexibility. Here, you can freeform whatever designs you want. You can just say, okay, we could literally go right here and say, hey, if you could somehow explain it, it'd be hard to do, but draw an error. But you could like change these 3 drawers to be like 3 different colors if you wanted. That's how specific you get. Yeah, like I said, it would probably take a little bit of trial and error for AI to figure out exactly what you're talking about. You could even go so far as to download this, upload the image and draw an arrow to what you want to do, upload that with the arrow, and just say, hey, those cabinets with the arrow pointing to, change those and get rid of the arrow. And it would probably do that. That's how cool it is, okay? So really, if you're looking to use AI for your for ideas and interior designs, like ChatGPT and OpenAI, it's good. I still use some of Google products, but really, they had such a good update this summer. This is the way to go. Look how easy this is. And because it's one long chat, it remembers what's above, right? So you could say, hey, I really like that yellow one. You could even reference it by name, whatever. And then you could say, hey, can you make the change to and do this and this and this. Anyways, back to biophilic. I don't care for this design, especially where AI is concerned, because AI always has to overdo it. Always has to throw in way more greenery, way more plants than anybody realistically would. This is actually toned down. I've seen some biophilic AI designs and you're just like, no, nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. All right. Anyways, this isn't actually terrible. Let's move on. Well, okay, nature's everywhere. Yeah, we get the concept here. Organic shapes. I suppose. All right. The Playful Palm Springs. This is kind of fun. It's a little clashy with the what do we call that? Teal. Might need a little bit more to probably tie the room together, but if we ignore this or change out the black backsplash, which I'd be inclined to do, I love it. I love the orange with the wood. This is really cool. I like the mid-century modern look. I even like this floor. Normally I prefer wood floor, but that's good. This has definitely got a nice happiness vibe to it. What's really needed is it's actually different than what we're doing. So colors are deliberately optimistic. Yes, yes, yes. Interesting that curves make a room feel more playful. Okay, well, there's something to consider. I typically don't like curves myself. Terrazzo floor, yeah, I actually agree with that. Feels like vacation. Yeah, in a lot of ways it does. The romantic pink Parisian. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm digging this. Probably made this oxblood, maybe. Digging that. Could use more of that, less of the pink. Fail in my view, but there are people out there who do like pink kitchens, and this just might be up to you. I do like the marble backsplash and the counter here. It's probably, I don't know if that's marble or granite, it's hard to know, but with the flecks of pink and purple in there, very nicely done. Probably be pretty hard to find that in real life. By bullets, pink, burgundy, it's calling it, checkerboard floor. Yeah, I agree. Actually, you know what? Now that it made that point, that's really cool. I would have never thought to do black and white in this, but it does work. I'm just not wild about the pink. So that's interesting. Romance with glamour. Yeah, I would agree. Again, I'm just not nuts about pink. Happy Spanish revival. I'm not big into Spanish design. I live in Canada, so not really into the warmer climate designs. Not huge into Mediterranean either, but I can see how they work in their climates and their locations. This is actually pretty nice overall, though. This has got sort of a nice rustic, rural Spanish look to it, and I'd say overall this works really well. And I definitely agree that has a happiness factor. Yeah, terracotta typically is, it's a natural material. It generally falls on the happy vibe. Turquoise, yeah, I suppose. Handcrafted, yeah, I would agree with that. Food and greenery, definitely. Yeah, it demands a dinner party. I would say on the happiness scale, this is a success. Moving on, we got 15, so we're almost done here. The Moody Jewel Box Kitchen. Well, I'm a fan of this because I like dark, I like bold, I like dramatic design. I mean, that's just where I am. This is probably getting a little bit too textured for me. I mean, look at the backsplash with the floor, this is too much. I would probably do a very simple wood floor with this, dark, because this is like a lot of really kind of almost glam pattern going on. It's just a lot. But other than that, I'm a fan of this. I mean, I'm loving the dark metallic there. Yeah, the whole thing. This is a cool look. The question is this happy? It's not really happy, is it? So yeah, I don't think it really. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. It's in the eye of the beholder. I would not qualify that as happy, but I do really like that design. The marble brings drama. Yeah, it does. Warm lighting. Yeah, I don't know. Jewel tones. Possibly. It's a little bit dark to get that celebratory look. The breezy Greek island. Yeah, meh. The blue's not right for me. I love that backsplash though. I love the lots of white and the chunky open shell. I like everything about it except that blue. Probably would need a wood floor would be ideal, but I know they use tile and much more in these climates. But anyway, some things are working, some things aren't. Does it fall on the happiness spectrum? Definitely qualifies. This works, and that's what we asked it to do. So in that sense, it's a success. Blue and white, yeah, I would agree with it. It does evoke escape right away. Sunlight, yeah, it's in the yellow citrus, definitely. Handmade textures, yeah, for sure. I don't know if it's the psychological effect of being on a vacation more than it's just got this. Maybe that is the effect. Maybe that is the effect, and that's what I get when I look at it too. All right, moving on here. We've got the color drenched new traditional. Meh, not. Yes, happiness. Yes, I can see that. I get it. I get, especially with the patterns here, the floor pattern, backsplash. Yeah, okay, it's evoking some sort of happiness, but I would never want that kitchen myself. Energy, sure. For me, not working. Patterns, yes. I mean, it's throwing a lot all into one place. That's why it's not working for me. But it is happy, I guess. The ultimate happy kitchen. Let's see. Okay. Well, AI just decided to do this. I didn't ask it to do it. I often do it sometimes and say, hey, give me the ultimate sort of put it all together. This is what I came up with. Let's just call this maximalist, will we? And that's definitely not a maximalist with bohemian sort of bent to it. Not my look whatsoever. Happy, yeah, it has a happy vibe. It's definitely got this sort of bohemian, carefree design to it. In that case, those rooms, I think, those rooms typically inspire happiness. I think that's a big part of the whole bohemian, free spirit sort of look. That's what it's trying to evoke. And I think in that sense, it does succeed. Often as a design style, it's just not my particular favorite. 5 bullets, yeah, personality, definitely collect, yeah, yellow, yeah, imperfection, welcoming, yep. Kind of hits it on all heads, doesn't it? When you look at it objectively, it's just when you look at it, it's just like there's way too much going on. Anyways, that's a wrap on 15 happy kitchens or kitchens that inspire happiness within the home. I think AI kind of nailed it. But here's the thing with it. You could probably do 1,000 of these. I mean, there's really no limit. Like, what is a happy kitchen? There's a million different aspects that go into it. And you can combine them any which way. Anyway, I don't know if people would actually realistically pursue happiness as a design parameter or variable when they're actually designing the room. I think people like to look at, but could it be that's sort of a collateral feature or something to a room? Yeah, absolutely. I think that could be an interesting little spin to add to. Let's say you get your ultimate design and that's why you like it, and you'd be like, what could we do to just make it a little bit happier? Upload a ChatGPT, say, hey, just redo this with adding a touch of happiness factor to it, or whatever wording you want to use, and it'll spit it out. And it might just give you that extra little detail to add to any room that you're designing that makes it perfect. Thanks for watching.